That's so cool. I've been finding with my art, that's the thing I've kept so close inside, and I've been sometimes overprotective of. And my, it's like my worst and my best tendencies will come out in my art, and my worst is to think that I'm such a lone wolf and no one gets me, and like no one ever wants to collaborate because like no one gets me, man. And I actually right now I'm realizing what a blind spot I have, that's an assumption I have that I don't even know I have, and I've been operating like that for years, and I've been having some of the most fun just meeting up with friends and choreographing, and it's also, it doesn't come naturally for me to make that plan because I'm so used to being like, I'll just do it on my own, you know?
Yeah.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because like this is what we're out here for.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We're in this crazy cool pool of different types of artists and talent, and I realized this year that this was the thing that I was most excited about actually. If you were to go back to when I was a kid and started dancing, I wanted to be with like the people, the other artists, and create on and create with and create for. That excites me probably more than almost anything. Yeah. So.
Like the best advice is always just to do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, Nike said it best. Just do it.
So my question for anyone listening or watching right now is, and if you want to pause this, is what might you be holding back on? And if you could just freeze time and tomorrow might be the last day or next week might be the last day, what is it that you've been holding back on? Because it's so great on the other side.
Yeah.
What's a day in the life like for you?
Waking up early.
So like 7:30, 8?
Yeah, like 7:30.
Which is like, that's like 3 a.m. in the dance world.
Yeah,
especially out here, it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it really is. It's like that. Taking at least the first 30 minutes for myself. What I learned from, I think Gary Vee was saying it. He was talking about if you're waking up, getting on your phone. It's like,
so tough not to.
It's like the worst thing. It gets you if you going straight. I'm like, cause usually I will always wake up and be like emails, you know, and all that is you solving everybody else's problems before you figure out which for yourself first.
Man.
Like wake up first. Give yourself time. Yeah, give yourself like you're more important than this. You know, and a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that. But just having time to yourself, literally figuring out, scheduling your day, you know, literally hour by hour, and making sure that the time is more beneficial to you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I mean that as in like beneficial to you or to someone else. Like as in like, okay, this hour I have a meeting, it's gonna help this company, and what is it gonna do for the people? You know, things like that. Always like go out for scheduling, and then I just knock down each day. I usually have to like choreograph, direct a show. I'm directing a show at AMDA, which is a performing arts school in Hollywood.
And they have it in New York campus. Free advertisement, AMDA.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, and if anything else, is mainly like AMDA entertainment company.
Are you teaching one of the courses or your?
Yeah, courses and their company program. They have.
So cool.
They have like a company program where it gives them the experience to like, oh, I booked a job and I have to get into the performance, you know, I have to get into the piece as if it's like you're being hired. You know, so
That's great.
It's amazing. They use their attendance as if it's their pay. So if they miss a day or two, whatever, it's wraps. Like, you know, you pretty much get fired. You get an F, like for the course. So it's good that, you know, instills in them like, yo, this is important. Like you have to be there. but I do a lot of investment. A lot of my time is invested into other people.
Really?
It really is.
So what are examples of that? Besides what you just said.
Besides Amden and stuff.
Yeah.
Managing, I would say managing an entertainment company, of course. Providing, just working out every event for every month.
Mm-hmm.
And with each month, like I'm meeting new artists, getting their music, you know, starting to network with a lot of music, other people endeavors, people that have like great music endeavors, and start sending them their music. You know what I'm saying? Helping them build their career.
What inspired that? Because that's quite an undertaking. That's a lot.
My best friend, Kevin. K-Love, Young Lover. He used to be an amazing dancer, but he always had his way with words. Mm. And he was like, man, I want to be a rapper, you know? And I feel like I was the only one that believed in him, you know, until he picked up that microphone. Then everybody's like, oh, this is real, you know? And, you know, in his mind, he's like, yo, man, like, I don't really, this is our problem. This is me and his problem. Me and his problem is that when it comes to our craft and building this business and everything like that, we don't trust a lot of people. So it's so hard to find a team that's gonna invest their time into building a brand, into building, because a lot of people like to join empires. They don't like to build one. People like to join empires. They don't like to build one. I have to say that again. Like, it's sad. It's so sad, but you know, it's hard to find people that we trust. So we just like, yo, we're gonna work together and we're gonna build this ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if we find the right people, then yeah, so be it. But just me and him just been grinding it out and just making it pop.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of setting and achieving a goal? So, cause I want to know how you go about it if you have a goal and. Actually, Danielle or Lucy, real quick, what's a goal that you have? Can I do this?
Let's do this.
What's a goal? The more lofty, the better, or like dream goal.
Like within the dance industry.
Let's say within the dance industry.
Well, like ultimate goal, creative directing.
Creative directing for who?
Actually, I would like to do like tours.
Something that is within your skill set right now. Is that within your skill set right now?
On a small, like a new artist level.
Okay.
I mean, I've been working with like a new artist.
Perfect. Creative directing for who?
Just like tours and shows.
Stuff, yeah.
Who would be the like creme de la creme? Can we do that?
Let's do it.
Okay. And we can
use. No, because I'm like technically trained, but I also hip hop is my thing. So something that's like very diverse and like a not Lady Gaga, but kind of in that realm where it's like completely different. And the dancers can do anything.
Great. So let's just say Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Let's just go with it.
Okay.
What would Fresh do?
Well, first and foremost, I would, because it's crazy that this actually happened. You know, this is actually happening now. A good friend of mine, Taylor Edgens, she's like, really,
who I interviewed as well, and she interviewed me.
Oh, what's up? In the building. And what number am I? I'm number 60 after a whole year. What's number am I?
You're gonna be in the 70s?
See what I'm saying? You see how long she waited to get me in here? Got all my friends in here.
We have the text message from 2017, and I'm sure. I really think I asked you as one of the first. We're having fun with this, but one of the first guests in 2016, because I'm sure I thought about you because you're so entrepreneurial and doing it, and you're interesting about your process. And Taylor, I was like, she's at the time she was maybe 21, and she's getting probably all the flack that her specific sector is getting, but she's also really doing a bunch of impressive things. I want to get in her mind. Because I was not doing that at 21. I'm barely doing that now. So anyways, continue as you were.
My mentee right there. My mentee.
Yep, she talks about you.
My mentee. She wanted to be a creative director. We like sat down and talked about it. But the best way is finding artists that needs it. Like finding artists like, yo, I want to do this. You know, it's a lot of artists that want to do a lot of things. Or videos or shows or the smallest to the biggest, it doesn't matter, just doing it. It's about like investing your time for that experience. You know, experience is starting out, of course, is a lot more tangible than like, oh, I'll do it for $50. You know, you're gaining more if you're doing it for free starting out.
Interesting.
You're gaining a lot more because artists and the people that you're working with, they're gonna want to listen to you more and be able to try to teach you more to make their project the best they want to be. They don't want it if they're paying $50, they're gonna sit like this and be like, "You go."
At what point do you know
it.
to start charging?
You know, you'll know.
You just know.
You'll know. You'll start feeling it. You'll be like, "Oh, I'm the shit now. Oh, I could do this." You know, after like the first like 5, you'll be like, "Oh, I can do this." Like, you know, because you want to start working with different artists. You don't want to kind of work with the same artists, but you want to kind of work with the artists that are in the Lady Gaga realm. You know, like with Taylor, she wants to be a creative director like all throughout the board. So she's working with all different types of artists, you know, and she's investing her time within every part of the project. We're talking about videos, video concepts, styling, makeup, editing, like literally a creative director. What they would, because a creative director has a team. Each person is on each thing. So if you have the whole shebang, makeup artist, styling, and the editing and video direction, all of that, you have those team of people that's going to be on top of those things. If you experienced each job, you'll be able to lead each person. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to do it all yourself. You know what I'm saying? You always get a partner. You know, always get a partner to help you through that. You know, someone can't tell you to be like, well, you know, because once you start bringing in people, they be like, oh, well, this view could probably be better, and you were like, okay, let's do both. You know what I'm saying? It's always a working hand-in-hand relationship. You know, so Taylor, she like literally does it all. She does the taping. She brings up the ideas. Like, so she's working with an artist called these 2 DJs called Taste Breakers. Their name is Taste Breakers. So she went off that idea, and a lot of their like apparel for their music is cooking stuff. Is aprons that says Taste Breakers, and they do like a home cooked meal TV show where they have artists come in, they get interviewed, and they perform while everybody eats dinner. Like,
that's so dope.
You know, and then they have like another Taste Breakers thing where it's called Table Talks, where they just have like a podcast interview while over dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just solely invested into the music. It's about branding themselves all around. You know what I'm saying? So like, and she literally does the whole 9 from top to bottom. Like, everything that person needs. You know, creative director is not just, oh, I have an idea and let's do the idea. It's literally all the ins and outs, from location scouting, you know what I'm saying, to casting for people that's doing extras, people that you know can do all the contemporary stuff for you. You know, like if you be like, I just have time just to create, so I'll bring in my friend to do the choreography. You know what I'm saying? And you explain to them like, yo, this is the idea, so you can have like, yo, I know what I want for this video. I know what's gonna really help that artist. What's gonna really bring people to enjoy it. So it's because it's not about you. A lot of creative directors, a lot of choreographers kind of make it about them. Like, oh, this move is gonna be cool. No, not necessarily. It has to help the artist. It's just like a lot of people don't know how bad Justin is a dancer. A lot of people really don't know how bad he is.
Which Justin?
Justin Bieber. A lot of people don't know how bad of a dancer he is because he's surrounded by amazing dancers, and he has an amazing creative director, Nick Demore, my homie. He's an amazing creative director to know what moves are comfortable with him. Like, what is he gonna look good doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally about your investment in them and helping them go to the next level.
So after, let's say, Danielle has worked with 5 to 10 or 5.
Yeah, like 5.
5. Learning, built up her skill set. She's still like, okay, Lady Gaga or an artist at that same level, similar style. What's the next step?
The next step, I would say, you know who her choreographer is. Her choreographer is Richie, and every year he does like a dance program.
We're just promoting all over the place.
I've done it.
You know what I'm saying?
She did it, and he hired me through it.
Dope! Congrats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not working
and
with
then
Gaga, but
then it's like, you know, you'll start, you know, you'll find that time with him to be like, yo, I have this amazing idea, or yo, I've been, for the past 2 years, I've been creative directing for all these artists. Like, I would love to send you the stuff to see what you think. Yeah. Getting their advice first, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like, oh, I'm doing this for a job.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yo, I need your help in like on what to do next. You know, like you start involving yourself with those people, just like how when I was with Fatima, I involved myself with the people that always worked with her. You know what I'm saying? Not only because they were cool, but they worked with the person I want to always work with. Like, why not associate yourself with those people? Like, that's what I was saying. Like, you know where you want to go, you know your pathway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Richie, he's worked under Will.I.Am for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother avenue too. You know, so yeah, it's about connecting and just talking. A lot of people are shy. A lot of people don't like to open up their mouth, but that'll get you far. Just like, yo, like, I just did this project. Like, yo, I think I would love for your advice. Love your take on it.
Can you give another example, just simple, of how you maybe have done that before, or how you continue to do that?
Yeah. When have I done that before? Sometimes, like, even just at functions, I will always mention, like, yo, I would love to work with you one day. You know, I have this thing called shadowing. A lot of people, like, would allow you to shadow. You know, I still shadow to this day. A lot of people don't know. I still shadow to this day. Like, Dubs be like, yo, I'm about to work on this TV show. Yeah, I'm about to come and shadow you. And he'd be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Literally, because I'm investing my time in learning.
Is there any recommendations you have around shadowing and around following up? Because I've asked a couple people to shadow. I'm still like so shy about it, but it's time to just do it.
Yeah.
More.
Don't take it personal, because a lot of them do forget. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people do forget. But just following up, just literally just like, yo, I'm just touching base with you about shadowing you
and then
for this project or whatever.
When you're there, do you just do whatever they need in case they like simple stuff, or are you just there with a notepad?
Literally your shadow. You're just watching them work. What are they doing? How are they thinking of the ideas? Even the jobs I'm on, I shadow the top people. Like, you know, a lot of people, they'll be on a job and then they'll just sit in the corner until they're ready. That's not making your time, like, investing. That's not quality time.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in the corner wasting time.
And like all the top people that,
you know,
I'm trying not to say like so much, I failed already, but all the top people that I've interviewed, they all are asking questions in between takes. What do you do? How did you get your job?
Yeah, like, if I'm not able, because sometimes, you know, a lot of the creative directors and stuff, they will be in a different area, and it's just so intrusive to just do that. But if I'm on a job and it's other dancers that have done more than me, I'm talking to them. I'm literally talking to them about the last job they did, about the job that I admired them doing. I'm always talking, like Cliff McGee. Shout out to Cliff. Did you interview him?
Yes, I did.
Look at that.
He was a year ago.
Yeah, I learned. Literally, I tell him this all the time.
Such a great episode.
I tell him this all the time. I learned so much from Cliff. Like, on jobs, like he's probably the one person that have taught me so much.
What
like,
are some of the things
just
you learned?
literally anything. He's so well rounded in the stuff that he learns, and he just teach. He just like he'll always challenge your thoughts and what you believe in. So like literally, it could be anything that's gun violence. He'd be like, "What do you think about that?" You know, I'll give him my take, and he'd be like, "Well, this is what I think." It's always a challenge there. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll tell him like, "Yo, man," I remember telling him, I was like, "Yo, I loved you in that Neo video with John Silver." Like, did you interview him too, John Silver?
No.
Another dope mentor guy.
He would be great to interview.
Yeah, phenomenal dude. He was like one of the first people I met out here too, and helped me with like the sign process. But yeah, like I always talk about Cliff, and like he always like talking about like his jobs and experiences and things like that. And I'm learning.
And he keeps it so real.
And I'm learning from, you want to always be like learning. Don't, a lot of people go to be on a job and they be like this.
On their Instagram.
Post. Like, so you just using that job just to get a check and to post like you're cool. Instead of like still like, so if I'm on one job, I'm learning from 5 other jobs because it's 5 other dancers, and I'm gaining from their experiences that I know that, I shouldn't do that. Like, it's even people, they'll get their phone, and then one of the producers will be like, "Hey, somebody get his phone," and then you sitting there like, But if you talking to somebody, they'll be like, "Oh, yo, you should put your phone away, bro. You should put your phone away. Like, not on this job. Maybe the next one. Not on this job. If you're new." Like, it was one time, I was working with Pharell. I was about to be working on Pharrell, and I had
casual.
I had on I was on my way to rehearsal in Dubs, and I had on a Will.I.Am shirt. That's a no-no. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, they're going through a little situation personally. You shouldn't wear the other person's clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. You in the Beyonce rehearsal, you better be wearing Ivy Park. You better support the person that you are working with. Duh. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, ooh, that's something I didn't think about. Let me turn my shirt inside out.
That's so interesting, and also researching their brands. What do you wish people would ask you?
Wow, that's a good question, huh? I wish people would ask. Honestly, I wish people would ask and before they do. Honestly, like.
So what's an example of that?
Like a lot of people, they assume the answer instead of just asking. Like, hey, I had a show, and I specifically told everybody all black, red gloves, black shoes. And somebody came wear all black, red gloves, and red shoes. And I'm like, "Why do you have on red shoes?" He's like, "You said red shoes." Well, I think you said red shoes. If you thought I said red shoes, why didn't you ask if I said red shoes or not?
And I would say ask somebody like the closest to fresh, if they're secure, and if not fresh, but as the last person.
Yeah, like it's that simple.
Okay.
It's that simple. I will also say, once you are getting booked by a friend or colleague, you ask them for advice. Just be like, "Hey man, how is the artist? How's the job? What's the rules? Because sometimes when you get booked, they automatically think you should just know. When you gotta learn these things, it's all about like asking, like, because I hired some people on one job, and I had to hurry up and do the choreo so we could shoot the video that day.
Wow.
It was for Will.I.Am and Miley Cyrus, and and somebody, you know, my job was to get them together, had them together, whatever. Fatima walks in. Now you know it's business. You gotta handle your business. You know what I'm saying? If you are on a job and it's your colleague and it's your friend or whatever the case is, you have to make them look good and let everybody in the room know why you got that job and you didn't just get it just because you knew the person's name. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just cool with them. You know what I'm saying? Like Dubs, if he knew I wasn't ready, he wouldn't have called. It's that simple. And then one of my friends, you know, wanted to kind of slack. Now the thing is with that is you can't just slack just because we boys. It's one thing, I'll get you in the door, you have to stay in the room. And what I mean is like you have to present yourself to the highest caliber of yourself to make sure you are stable in that room and not getting kicked out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I brought you in, they can kick you out.
Were they not being full out? Was it
not being full out? Okay. You know, I mean, music got cut off, and she was like, "Why aren't you dancing?" And I'm sitting here like this, like, you know, because you don't get chewed out. You get chewed out, but I'm the one that gotta hear it. You know what I'm saying? So
we reflect for any type of job that I've referred someone to. I've learned it's a reflection of me as well. Mm-hmm. And I want to hear that person did great and is thriving. And if they're not doing great, the worst thing is to get a call. What's up with your friend?
Right.
For any job.
Yeah, because the first Will.I.Am jobs, like stuff, that was a complete test for me.
Yeah.
It was a huge test. Going to Japan, and when we went to Japan, it wasn't just about shooting videos. We had to do 2 TV shows. We had to do a concert. And one of the TV shows was at 5 a.m. Fatima's a boss. She could wake up whenever she feel like it. You're the choreographer, Fresh, so you gotta handle that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, threw me in the mosh pit, threw me in the deep end, but I had to deliver because it's like, you said you wanted this. Mm-hmm. Act like it. It's one of those situations. So you gotta deliver.
Yeah.
You gotta deliver. Always.
What's something that most people don't know about you that we haven't covered yet here? These are just the last rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid fire.
No pressure.
Yeah, right. I know you can cut the ums, right?
The audio will be better about. The video might be more raw, but it's a real conversation.
Good.
I'd be suspicious if right away you're like, well. Yeah, that's too put on.
What people don't know about me, I'm an amazing cook.
Damn it. That's so dope.
I'm an amazing cook, and I have a dog named Shadow.
Oh. And what do you wish more people knew about you? I'm an amazing cook, and I have a dog named Shadow.
Right. Same answers. I wish people understood how much I care about their careers. Yeah. I think a lot of people know, but a lot of people don't really know like how much I support everybody.
Wow.
You know, like I really hate hearing the people that don't give me the chance to say yes or no. Like one of my good friends, a couple the other day, he had a show at the W, and he was like, "Yeah, nobody really came, bro. I would have been there." You know what I'm saying? Like I really want people to understand that I will support them no matter what. I don't care. I don't care if you got a show and only 3 people are invited. Like if I can be there and I can make it happen, I will be there. You know, and literally, because my mom used to always say, "Hey, you can't rely on nobody but yourself." So I try to go against that personally to make time for everybody that needs it. Because I know like a lot of people have a problem with like, "Hey man, I don't get enough support." You know what I'm saying? I don't get enough support or whatever. I'm always there. I'm always in the building. If anybody be like, "Yo, Fresh, yo, he supports, man." Like if I see something on IG, I'm not scared to repost it. I'll be like, "Yo, you know, any of my friends have a song coming out, like, new track, new song alert, what's up?" you know, because I would want people to do the same for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't expect it. You know, that's, you know, rule number one. Don't expect anything from anybody.
What's the ultimate support look like? Like, what's the biggest way you could support somebody?
Today, purchasing. You know, a lot of people think, oh, you give me something for free and I put it on, and that's supporting. That's not supporting, because you didn't help anybody.
Yeah.
You didn't put no money in the scholarship fund because you didn't buy anything. You just wanted a new shirt and a new hat. Supporting is like Johnny harassed me.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay? By the way, we're at 1.
What?
Are you?
Oh, you good? You good? That's what you keep looking at?
I'm looking. If my mom gets stranded, I don't keep talking about it. We have a bad history of me being late to pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, like it's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
There will be no more DanceSpeak. He'll disappear from the face of the earth. I'll be crying 24/7.
No. One of my friends, I was like one of those friends is those people like, yo, what color hat you want? And he'd be like, nah, just give me the website. I want to order it. That's support. Like, they support. They believe in what you have to offer. Like, it don't make no sense that you buy people stuff that you don't even know, but you like, you know what I'm saying? You buy Beyonce stuff, you buy Diddy stuff, you buy everybody else stuff.
Yeah.
People that don't even know your name, but you don't want to buy your friend's stuff.
And I'm ashamed for many years how I'd always be trying to get into. Listen, I appreciate being comped. I really do, and sometimes I will always bring something. If someone's comping me or giving. If it's
something that you are offering.
But I was so adamant sometimes about it, getting it for free, whatever. And now that I've produced a lot and now I've taught a lot, I'm happy to comp you, but I so appreciate that person and never forget it when they're like, no, I'm going to pay for this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I throw a lot in events. So, of course, my phone is flooded with messages like, yo, get me in with 2 people.
Get me in with
4 people. Yo, what's good tonight? What's the list at the door? I get it. We are in LA. Everybody feels better about themselves if they're on the list. That's not supporting. Yeah. You just showing up, yeah, that's cool, but pay for it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you complain about how in LA is either nothing to do, or if it is something to do, it's $30 to get in. Okay, Fresh provides a dope event for me to come to, and it's only charging $5 or $10.
Energetically, something also happens when you give money.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to our Indiegogo campaign.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then
no, but really.
It's like, and then you come, and you're like, yo, I'm outside.
That's really poor communication.
It's like,
that's just bad communication.
It's like, and then it's the people that you don't hear from until you have an event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fine line, but it's like, yo, bro, that's not supporting. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I still have to pay for the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just paying just me. I still have to pay for the staff and the bodyguards and the like, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do yourself a favor and pay for the event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know exactly. There's 2 sides to the coin, and I think it's really it's very interesting, and it'll behoove you to look at the other side when you're producing something, when you're creating something, and see, okay, what do they want, or how can I be of contribution? And if you really don't have any money in that bank account, there's still a way to give.
Yeah, because I'm a very understanding person. It's one person, because very few, but it is those people.
Shout out to the garbage truck outside.
It is those. it is those people that are like, yo, man, I really want to come to your event. I really think I really want to support, but I don't have the funds right now. Completely understandable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh, I got you. You're on the list. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about that communication. But we're talking about the people that have the bread. I mean, that have the money.
Don't be that person.
To be like, oh, I'm at the door and don't want to pay $5. Bro, didn't you just come from Africa? You just had a show and you was gone for 2 months. So I know that you got something in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my thing. You know, it'd be the ones that have the money that don't want to.
Scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset.
Yeah, it's that.
It is 200 years from now and you're chilling on a cloud. What do you want to be remembered for here on Earth?
I changed at least 1 million people's lives.
Yes. Yes.
For the better. For the better. Can I add one more?
Oh, yeah.
My generation is solid as far as like college. And having the Reading Hotel.
Yes.
You know, I have something that with my name on it. My family's name on it. I work for my last name, not my first. Yeah.
I'm really moved by that.
Yeah. That's probably it.
I love it. How can people follow you?
At Fresh Reading, for sure, on IG, on all platforms. Facebook is 2 H's, so Fresh Reading. But IG is probably the most convenient. Twitter, Fresh Reading.
And then your clothing line?
Clothing line is The Freshest Kid.
The hats are really dope.
Thank you.
Like, they're really dope. I've been seeing them for a long time.
Yeah,
they've always
TFK,
been dope.
Yeah. TFK, it says TFK within the crown and the bow tie. I have a bow tie. It kind of, branding. It's part of myself.
Did not play games. I also noticed.
TF and the K there. Boom, boom.
They're really fly.
Crown royalty. Thank you.
Yeah, every time I see it. I should have verbalized that to you probably. I maybe didn't. Shame on me. No, they always have had like crazy designs and they're just cool. They have a personality on them, but they're fresh. They are.
Dope.
So yeah, I want to acknowledge you for coming here today and so generously just sharing and being open and being down. And when we bumped into each other, because you could have not done that, being like, hey, what's up with that interview? That's so supportive. And I've been super excited, like, fresh care. It's just like, I would have, you would have heard from me again, repitched and everything.
Of course. Like,
I want to thank you for that.
That was real. Like, I was like, yo, like, you're still doing your thing. I always remember, like, people that are, yo, I want to do this. And I will always, every time I hear somebody say, I want to, or I want to try to, or I'm trying. I know it's an option that they're not. So every time I like bump into somebody, I be like, hey, you doing that thing, right? I didn't see you in a while. A lot of people just hit you with the, how you doing? Good. I actually care. Like, you doing something that matters. And I was like, yo, bunch of podcasts. How's that going? Of course. Yeah.
So dope. Thank you.
A way of supporting.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Before you leave the page, be sure to leave a positive review. If you have something less than positive, just email me, dancespeakpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to subscribe. Enjoy your day.